What's up, bitches? Welcome back to another episode of Positively Uncensored, your favorite reality TV and interview podcast. It's your host, Leah. Well, first of all, nice to meet you both. I'm Leah, and thank you so much for giving me your time today.
Thank you so much. Your name had to be Leah, right? Leah is following me every place.
I think Connor said that too when I interviewed him, and he was like, Leah, really? Like, and it's spelled the same way. I can't get away. And I'm like, I know. And we just follow you. So let me start really quickly. I wish that we got to see more of you both on screen. So I'm really grateful that I get to speak with both of you, learn more about you. And towards the end, I'm going to give you guys both an opportunity to kind of share something that we don't know about you. So kind of mull that over and think on that as we speak during this episode, so I don't surprise you at the end.
Okay. I'm ready.
Cool.
Okay, so let's start here. I want to know how long you were there, because obviously we see you for 4 days, but how long were you waiting to be there? What was your experience like?
Jacobi, you want to start? Okay, we are so gentlemen.
You really are.
Okay, I will go first. I spent there in total 50 days in total. 40 days of quarantine first, then the period I was in the villa, and then a couple days more before going here, Mexico City.
Okay, and was your timeline the same, Jacobi? Walk me through when you got there to where you are now.
Yeah, so I really wasn't there that long. I was there probably a week, and then they put me in there. And I was there not that long. They called me literally last minute. They're like, "Hey," and I was okay, cool. Flew out, been in there for about a week, and then 3 days inside the villa, I think it was.
He was the lucky one.
Hell yeah! You just get to stroll in there, couple days, say what's up, then leave. Love it.
Yeah, leave. That's it. Yeah, it wasn't that bad at all.
So I'm curious. It sounds like, at least from how the other girls were talking in Casa, the Casa girls, so to say, that they all watched videos to kind of figure out who they were interested in, who they want to go after. Were you both watching the show? And if so, is it just clips, or were you watching the full thing to figure out who you're interested in?
Yeah. I'll go with this one. So you do be able to watch the clips before you actually do go in. They give you a good I think it's they update you on every episode before you actually go in. So we're able to watch everything. We pretty much see who we want to go for. Kind of the same kind of concept when we're going into the villa.
Okay, got it. So you were able to kind of look at get an idea of people's personalities and then go from there.
Yeah, but actually, because we had a really rough mission there, so if we weren't able to watch the episode, it was going to be even harder, so complicated.
Absolutely. And let's talk about that, because what is it like when you found out that you were going to be Bombshells going into Casa, and how was your role as Bombshells sort of explained to you as to what you were supposed to do? Or what you were in store for, I guess. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay. We needed to shake a little bit the ground, But yeah, that was our mission. But the thing is, it's so complicated because girls, naturally, they are more faithful than guys, and even more if they have a camera in their face. So it was really complicated. And also, you get to watch all the episodes and see how the people is, but actually it's really different when you are in the villa in person. The personalities are really different.
Okay, that's very interesting. Do you share that same sentiment? Because I wanted to touch on that next, actually.
Sorry.
No, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. You gave me a great segue.
Yeah. Okay. And I would 100% agree with that as well. I mean, watching the episodes where you go in there, it's it doesn't make it easier for sure. I can tell you that. You kind of just get a pretense of like knowing what everybody's doing, who they're coupled up with, and like as a Casa boy, like I said, like the girls are already emotionally connected to other guys. I mean, that's not stopping us. I mean, we were there to do a job. We're gonna try to do our best we could do. You know what I mean? But with the information that we got. But yeah, it's definitely harder because the girls, like, even when we were in the villa, they would talk about the other guys and not even know they're talking about them. And I was just like, you know, made it a little harder for us to like connect with them, just knowing they're still thinking about their other guys.
Okay, so let's start. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have something to add, Ignacio?
Yeah, I think the first 2 days, actually, the first 2 days was more complicated because they were really cold. At least with me, that was my experience. They were really cold with me. Even, I don't know, for example, Serena, that you can see that she is so funny and everything. Serena never even asked me questions, you know, in all this time. So it's really different. But then I got to speak with Nicole that I was saying, like, I'm not coming here to conquer you or something like that. You know, it's just I want to be friend. If something happened, amazing. I'm not going to put pressure or something like that. But I feel that girls don't even want to have a friendship, you know. And then everything changed after I spoke that. I think she spoke with the girls, and they were like, "Oh, maybe he's right," and all the relationship changed for me.
So you sort of told Nicole that you felt like none of the girls even wanted to be friends with all of you. You let her know
Yes,
that. Okay.
yeah, exactly. Also, I'm from another culture, you know. Maybe for them it's different. I have no idea actually, but I'm friendly, you know. I'm not expecting anything from you. I just want to
Yes.
have a good conversation, and not even, you know. The first day was a little bit complicated.
That sounds like a hard adjustment period. So I want to hit on a couple of things. First of all, I think that the role of being a bombshell is very difficult. I think that as
Yeah,
viewers, there's very few times that we sit down and reflect on that role. But as you said, your role is to shake the ground. And as you know, when people are in established relationships and with established connections, that's not always received very well. And you kind of feel like you're kind of at an internal conflict with yourself because maybe you're not
yeah,
used to doing that, you know?
yeah.
But you guys said that the girls were different. And I'm just curious, like who seemed the most different and what impression did you guys have of them? And Jacobi, if I cut you off, please add what you were going to say as well.
Oh yeah, no. I would say the most different would probably not somebody specific. It's just I didn't really realize like how really hard it was when we got in there because they were a little cold when we got in there, and it was like it does make you seem like dang, it's like something wrong with me. It's like am I not like good? You know?
Mhm.
Because when
You're
you're talking to
perfect,
me,
my friend. You're perfect. No, nothing wrong with you.
yeah, yeah. Nah, yeah, nah. There's nothing wrong with this. I mean, for sure, when you're in there, like it just feels like that way because the girls are just like not like they seem like they're open, but they're not open. You just kind of just tell by the conversations you have with them. Sometimes you're not engaging in the conversation because I Serena was definitely the first girl I pulled for a chat, but it just yeah, it was a no go. Like even Ignacio knows, like we both tried, it was a
No,
no go.
nothing.
It was nothing. It was
Run.
cold. It was
Run
cold.
from
So.
there. Run.
So is immediately so do you think that Serena, like in terms of who was the most closed off, or was it Serena? Was Kaylor up there? Who else was most closed off?
Taylor, I don't think she was close off. She was really nice. She was really nice all the time. Maybe if you wanted something else, you know, if you wanted a private conversation or something like that, she was going to be really faithful, but she wasn't close.
Mhm. I feel like, to be fair, just because I am a woman, I can offer this perspective. There is such a space where you can't tell if people actually want to be your friend or not. And also, if you have, let's just say, like you've been in a few toxic relationships in your early 20s, college years, you
Yeah.
know that being friends with a guy sometimes is enough to upset like who you're currently with, enough so that you're like, don't want to even do that. Like it's like very much like
Yeah.
harsh boundaries. So I feel like if it helps at all, I think it's so much less personal that the girls were closed off than like really as if the guys had been over there, because that tracks for how women are. Like you were saying, we are more faithful, loyal, and
Yeah,
reserved.
of course. Oh, and also, it's the guys that they put the guys in another villa. The girls are sleeping in the same bed that they were sleeping with another guy with their couple like last night, you know. So that's even harder. The guys were on vacation with new girls. They feel like free, and the girls were just waiting for them. That's it.
So
That's the truth.
do you both feel like it would have been better? Because we think this as viewers. Do you think it would have been a better experience for the girls and you both had you been able to be the ones that left and got a new villa?
Yeah,
I definitely do.
100%.
I definitely do feel like a different villa would have definitely made, because the girls were just so used to those guys sleeping next to them that the environment wasn't different for them. It just felt the same. So I feel like if we were in a different environment, different villa, it definitely would have made it like a new experience for them. And I feel like we should have definitely like just been more interactive with the girls as far as doing more fun things with them. Because we were just pulling girls for the chat, but we were doing more like fun games and like stuff that they didn't
Yeah.
usually do with them. I feel like that would have maybe like made it like, oh, these guys are different. Like we're just not doing the same thing they do. But I feel like, yeah, for sure, the going into Casa would have been a little different for sure.
Because that you bring up a really good point, and I was curious about this because at first, like I'm just a viewer, I know nothing. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, guys, like put in the work. Like, what are you guys doing? Working out? Like, go, I don't know, like do so, like start some shit. Like I was
Yeah.
expecting, I don't, and then I had to like check myself because I always try to be really kind, and I'm like, you know what? It might just be that you guys felt like there was no chance of connection and you don't want to be disrespectful. So it's like, how do I
Exactly.
move? And I'm curious what you guys were doing all day. And also, how did you feel? Is that how you felt? Don't let me put words in your mouth.
Okay. I'm
Whoever.
speaking. Okay, it's my
We'll
turn.
alter, what we'll do is we'll alternate. So like when you answer, like then Jacobi can answer the next one, but always like interject when you guys have something to add for each other.
Cool.
Okay, you can go, my friend.
Oh, Ignacio, my brother. Okay, okay. But I would say it was really going into it the first time. Like it's like once you're out the village, you can see so many different scenarios of what you could have done. I mean, nothing could prepare us and have a strategy for going in there the first time. Like I mean, we were just sitting there just doing our thing. But when we got out there, we were like, yo, we could have done this. You know, I mean, there's nothing that could prepare you. So I think going in there with a strategy, we really didn't. I mean, of course, we could have done things differently, but I think just the first go around was just us trying to adjust being in there. Like that was the hardest part. Just go talking to these girls, adjusting to
Yeah.
be in the villa, cameras on you, mic'd up. I mean, we just clearly couldn't think of anything. You know what I mean? But now that we're out of it, we're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we probably could have done party games with them. We probably could play more volleyball with them, like just done more interactive stuff. But I mean, you sometimes get one go around to go in there and just do your thing. So I don't know if Ignacio kind of thinks the same or a little differently.
Yeah, of course. But also, being a man, it's a little bit more complicated when you want to approach someone. You know, you have a line that you can't cross. Maybe being a girl, like I was watching, they were sitting on the lap of the guys, hugging them, you know, speaking here. It's way too different for us. It's you have to be really respectful. You have a camera in front. Also, if you do something that it's wrong,
Yeah.
you will burn yourself forever. So it was even more complicated to actually have a that approach with the girls.
Thank you both for elaborating on that. That offers a lot of context. We forget sometimes the other people have been there for however many days on
Yeah,
camera.
exactly.
You guys are coming in there and it's like I've never even been on camera before. Like how am I supposed to hit on someone? My mom is watching this, like everything at once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that actually makes a lot of sense, and I completely don't blame you. And I also do appreciate in hindsight that everybody wasn't too you know what I mean? Like that's never a good feeling when you feel pressure
No.
from both sides. So I do really appreciate how you guys went about it. I'm curious. So Jacobi, you said that you pulled Serena, and then we saw you talk to Janae. Are these your two connections? Did you talk to anybody else? And then I'll go to Iggy after.
Yeah, so Serena was the first girl I pulled and had a chat with. Only thing with, probably should have, maybe applied a little more pressure to her. I just felt like the first conversation we had, it was kind of off-putting, just, based off like she felt like she really wasn't paying attention all the way. And that's when I kind of steered past, started talking to Janae, and really started to like Janae. She, was really nice person, like very, very exuberant, energetic. I like that. She'll communicate back and seemed like she was the most open. And then far as like some of the other girls, like Leah, or like I was talking to Leah as well, as far as just like us being in the kitchen and kind of chopping it up a little bit. But I think I kind of put my hindsight on Janae for the most part, just because she seemed like she was the most open in there. And she was, of course, beautiful as well. So I would definitely say I would just kind of put my hindsights on Janae. But now that I'm looking at it, I probably wish I would have experienced and talked to a lot more of the girls in there. But we were just working based off kind of, who we had to work off in there.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. So Janae and Serena was who you talked to the most. And we did see that. I was kind of rooting for you for Janae. Like I'm also like conflicted because there was Kenny. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I liked you and Janae together.
Yeah.
What about for you, Iggy? So you talked to Leah.
Yeah. I talked to Leah, first of all, because she was, when we got into the villa, she was really nice with me. Was I think the only one that was really open to speak and have fun, have laugh. That was really nice. So yeah, I was speaking with Leah, but I didn't feel that connection. She wasn't giving me the vibes or something like that. So I also spoke with Nicole. She's beautiful as well, like wonderful person. I know she has a really strong connection, and I told her I'm glad you have that strong connection because Kendall seems like a really nice guy. That speaks really good about her.
Do you still think that after you've seen everything?
Ah, he knows how to manipulate people. He's good. He has the communication skills. I can see it because I have communication skill in Spanish. in English, not that much, but I can see it. I can see it. And he's moving everything. And then he say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I love you." He makes some breakfast and everything's cool. That's his
Yes.
strategy.
You got it right. You nailed it. Strategy. What about you,
Strategy.
Jacoby? What do you think about Kendall since we're here?
Kendall, I think Kendall's a great guy. I mean, he's
Okay.
like a nice guy. He's super funny. And of course, they were in Nicole and Kendall were like, coupled up for quite some time. They spent a lot of time in the villa. So, I think he's a great guy. I mean, I've seen nothing that would not say otherwise. But yeah, I think they're a great couple together. Think they, feed off each other. It's just, circumstances. We try to do what we do best, stir it up, but it's hard to shake that nest when they're really locked in. So it's
Totally.
really hard. Even if Ignacio, like Ignacio can't shake the nest, nobody can shake the nest. Let's be honest.
All of you guys need to give yourself equal
Love you, my friend.
credit. All of you guys could have, you know what? It's what you said. Everybody, and especially this season, was very locked in. Like the girls, especially. I think this is the most loyal, faithful cast I've ever seen of the girls.
Okay.
Yeah, so I to be honest, like that's why we as viewers are so locked in. So, you know, what I was asking Jacoby, going back really quick, when you guys are watching how the guys conduct themselves at Casa, so like Kendall obviously talked shit on the girls, then made them breakfast. A lot of the
Yeah.
guys kind of, except for Kenny. I mean, actually, no, Kenny brought Catherine back at first. But so a lot of the guys, like, do you think that you guys would have done the same thing? Do you think that that was appropriate? And how do you think about the girls being so reserved than to just see what the guys were doing? I want to hear your thoughts on all of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I'll start. So I think that what the guys were doing was really I think it was just they wanted to bring another girl in and maybe see if like it was a better connection. Because some of these guys, even though they've been in the villa for quite some time, they were new couples. Like I think Miguel and Leah was a new couple.
Mm-hmm.
Janae and Kenny was a new couple. Cordell kind of, I feel like Serena and them were kind of like on rocky, but they were still like all these connections were really super strong still. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that the guys kind of did that just to have another option. And when they went back and seen that none of the girls chose us, that kind of seemed like, okay, maybe these girls really like us and feel loyal to us. And so that's probably why they transitioned back into talking to all the OG girls. And I feel like that's what it was. Definitely with Kenny, he was pretty much trying to save himself because he didn't really think that Janae was going to come back by herself just because they were so new. And that's why he went back to her as well. So I think it was more of like a safety net for the guys more than anything, just to have another option in the villa so they're just not single.
Okay. What do you think, Ignacio? I agree with you, Jacobi.
No, I agree, 100%. Yeah, I think they didn't think too much about the connection they had, but they wanted to stay in the show, So it was easier for them to bring someone and be safe.
Now we got to see, and I apologize for having so many questions in a row, like
No, it's
towards
okay.
Jacobi, but like we saw that you had like a love triangle, not very because like Janae was open enough, at least for like Josiah to like also be trying to win her over. And I want to know how that was and like what your thoughts were.
The love triangle. Man, crazy.
I love this topic. I love this
You know,
topic. Yes.
we've all
Yeah.
talked about the love triangle. We all know about it. How I felt about it. I mean, I felt like we was both pretty much going for the same girl. And, I definitely think that she really enjoyed that energy of having two people who were really interested in her because she just didn't really have that the entire show. Uh, but I definitely feel like she definitely wasn't honest with who she really wanted to talk to. I feel like she definitely was still interested in Kenny. And she was just really giving us like 50-50 responses, like we did actually have a chance. And I feel like going back into it, I wish she would have just been honest and been like, yeah, like I'm steering more towards Kenny, but I'm still giving you guys a chance. And that would have been more of like, okay, cool. But she just kept giving us 50-50, like it's between you and him. And I kept asking, I was like, okay, but what do you feel about Kenny still? Like, I know you're putting pillow forts up between us. I know you still respect him. Like, I know you still got feelings for this guy. We're still going for. So if she would have been more honest and upfront, I wish that would have been like better. So maybe we could move around a little bit better as far as like talking to different girls and trying to start a new connection. But she was nice anyway, regardless. Like she was felt like she was the most open, and I think she did give us both equally chances, just far as like filling us both out and giving us the energy that we wanted. So I would say that the love triangle, I was just in it. I was in her world, honestly. I was just in it,
I hate to say this and be mean because like I'm just such a girl's girl, but like I kind of love the fact that she was just enjoying two guys being like kind of obsessed with her. And she was like, yeah, like I'm interested in both of you. So like both of you could come like obviously I care about your feelings, Jacobi, but like just from having seen Janae go through it this season, I kind of love that for like a brief, I kind of love that we got to see three men because Kenny was still interested when it comes down to it. I like to see that for a moment because that just wasn't happening. Like the guys were swindling her earlier in the season. So I kind of live for that, but not at your expense, but just like from afar. Like from afar I live for that just for
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Um, okay, so what else do I want to know? I want to know, so it really seems like outside of the challenges, and I feel like I know this answer, but there was not really any like kissing, intimacy happening. Do you guys feel that way as well? Like, was it very much like in the like locked in reserved for the challenge, or were there things that we missed as the viewers, like more romantic connections happening?
Yeah. I kissed Leah outside the challenge, and it was really nice. But I can say that every time we were together, there was this chemistry or something like that. No, not at all, to be honest. But it happened. Exactly, it happened. I made it happen.
Okay, got it. Got it.
I
Well,
did it.
yeah,
Hey!
you did it. I am dead. What about for you, Jacoby? Did you have any like kisses? Like, can you guys give the tea on any of the other guys? Like, did anybody else have things that we missed?
Yeah, so I would say Ignacio was definitely the only one that got some action outside of the challenges. Us other guys, yeah, we got pillow forts. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to say certain stuff to put anybody else on the
Oh,
spot.
what's the wall? Oh,
Yeah.
it's so complicated.
I
So
would say. I
complicated.
would say some of the guys, including me, definitely did go for a move, but it didn't happen. I would say so.
Can you
I don't
give
want to
us
put.
a hint who that is without putting them on blast? Like,
Ah.
who are they pursuing?
Um.
Is that fair or unfair?
Was that fair? I don't know if I want to speak on anybody
Let me
else
just
that.
think of any. Let me just think of who all was there for a second. Well, we see that Caine couples up ultimately with Liv. So like I'm
Yeah,
assuming that that was progressing, but like let's be honest about their connection for a second because you guys got to see it in real time. Caine just
yeah.
got Liv dumped from the island. Like what did you think about their connection? Was it giving Friendship Island? Like, what did they seem like they were into each other? Fill me in.
Look, what I saw from their conversations and is that they have a really similar sense of humor, and they both of them are really straightforward, really honest. They are not scared of saying something. So if someone was perfect for Liv because she has a temper, was Caine, because Caine has really a strong character as well. So I thought it was going to be good for them to be together, and it was really good for Caine to actually stay in the show and have more connections. Um, yeah, I think in the moment was really good for both of them. I think it was good for both of them, but I don't know if there was a strong connection. No, not at all. You can see it.
What do you
Yeah,
think, Jacoby?
I would say the same. Kane that went there. It was actually Kane and Serena. They were getting it off really well. Like they had like very
I saw
good
that.
like banter, very good like like friend. Like they get along really well. And I think she made it see him as more like romantically connected, but he didn't see it. So that's when he try to find someone else, and then that's when he started talking to Liv, and of course they're like neck and neck far as like personality and outspokenness, and it felt like it was right there, but I don't know if the romantic connection was there for sure, but I just know that they did have like the best like outspoken personality far as
Yeah.
like how they get along and interact with other people. I was like, oh, I can see this going somewhere potentially, but I think that was the best option for him far as like everybody in there he talked to.
Do you kind of wish that you guys had gotten the opportunity to try to get to know the Casa girls as well?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
Yes, absolutely. I wish we got in the villa
100%.
so I mean,
Yeah, my
that's
God.
because a lot of them were really like, of course, beautiful. Looked like they had good. We only seen them for a split second at the recoupling, but
Yeah.
I was like, dang, like a lot of these girls are girls I would definitely talk to. Unfortunately, we didn't get that opportunity. We got voted off the island quick. But yeah, for sure. I wish they would have brought some of us in to at least conversate with the girls because now all the guys are going back to the OG girls, and like the girls just sitting there like, oh, who do I talk to? Like, there's nobody here for me. At least that would have gave us like a potential chance to maybe form a connection. Based off like just not finding one in the villa.
Yes. Do you and Iggy, do you agree? Same thing. Like you wish you also got to know or chat to the Casa girls?
Yes, 100%. Would be so much easier.
Right, because they're completely
Wow.
single, like completely
Yeah.
single. So that makes sense. I want to know who you were interested in as far as the Casa girls go, and will you guys be sliding in anyone's DMs, whether OG or Casa girls? Who's first?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know, right?
Um,
Uh, I already know who I got on top of my head. I already knew as soon as I seen them when they walked in. I
Who?
was
Me
like, I'm gonna
too.
go
Me
with him.
too. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. There's one.
I would
The
Who?
goddess. It's the mermaid.
Sierra.
Yes, you know,
Sierra.
Sierra.
Oh my gosh, yay. I
Yeah,
love hearing this.
she's gorgeous, and I'm really happy because my brother Caine is with Sierra right now. He coupled up with
Mm,
her. He did the things perfect, my friend. You did your job.
yeah.
Oh my
He
gosh,
did
I
what
love hearing this. So are you guys, so first of all, let me know if that ever works out because obviously if Kane and Sierra do, because here's the thing, Sierra's head's going to turn for Harrison. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like Kane is great, but
yeah.
Harrison is like Kane, but with like longer hair. So like,
Australian,
yeah,
Australian
like
Caine.
literally Australian Kane, and he looks like a Hemsworth brother. So they both
Yeah,
kind of do. And he's new. So I feel like Kane, you guys will be rejoining you guys very soon. And I feel like Sierra's head's going to turn, but ultimately there's opportunities after the show. You never know.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But
true,
I
true.
don't know. I don't know him, but I can say Caine. He's a really funny guy.
Okay,
It's really
good.
easy to have a conversation with him. I don't know if you can actually see it on the show because it's just a couple minutes you have of him talking, but he's really funny. He's really funny. It's really good to spend time with him. So I don't know how is what was his name? The Australian guy again?
Harris. Oh God,
Person?
Harrison.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Harrison. I don't know how he's with his personality. I have no idea. Like he looks good, but in the end, the most important is personality. And my friend Caine has it.
Look
He
at
has it.
you. You could
Absolutely.
literally hype. You guys are the best wingmen ever. You guys could hype up all your friends. Like this should be a service.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I wouldn't put it in there like going to like a villa with a group of guys and we're all going through the same thing. We all just understand each other a lot better as far as just like, yeah, we're going through the same experience. We know what we're going through, and we pretty much use ourselves as like a little therapy group. Like, okay, guys, talk to me, man. What's going on? So that's kind
Yeah,
of how we really built that strong connection in there. It's
all
like a
day,
brotherhood for
all
life.
day. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
me so happy. I'm glad that you guys at least walk away with a friendship. I'm glad that you guys have this experience. Would you do Love Island again?
Yes, 100%. I felt that
Yeah.
I didn't have the whole experience, I need the whole experience. I'm here already, I already made a little step. Now I need the big step. I need to experience everything.
Love that. What about you, Jacoby? You said yes
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think that I would definitely do Love Island again and going in there a little differently. Just being comfortable being in the villa now and knowing like how to move around. I would definitely go in there again for
Yeah,
sure. Hopefully a little earlier in the game.
That
Hopefully a little
part.
earlier in the game
yeah.
for sure.
That part.
100%.
Please, my friend.
100%.
Not Casa
Yes.
Amor, not Casa.
Not Casa Amor. No more. Casa Amor. No more.
I know you guys need like
No,
the
that.
Rob turnaround. Like Rob went from being a Casa boy to being an OG all season. I hope that you guys get
Yeah,
that as well.
I appreciate
yeah,
it.
me
Hoping for the
too.
best.
Will
Okay,
be
so
so good.
let's end here. I want you to each share something that we didn't get to learn about you that you would like for viewers and us to know. Whoever can start.
Okay, I can start. Um, what can I say? Okay, I travel around the world from 7 years already. Right now, I'm in Mexico City, and I will continue traveling. And yeah, I like adventure. That's why I signed in this reality show. I wanted a new experience. That's always good. And hopefully next year I will be there again.
You
I don't
will, my
know.
friend. You will.
Hopefully,
Manifesting
brother.
that.
Yes, exactly.
What about for you, Jacoby?
I would say that I'm naturally an introverted heart. Like I'm a super nerd. And people don't really see that in me, but I grew up like glasses, nerd, video games, stuff like that. And I'm still that person at heart. And going into something like that, definitely had to push my limits for sure, as far as just being out of my comfort zone, showing that extroverted side of me a lot more, and just, being able to do something like that. It's something that I can never forget and cherish forever, regardless if I get on the show again or not. I think it was an amazing experience for me to grow and meeting amazing guys, amazing women as well. And I appreciated every second of it, because doing something like that is like nothing you can prepare for. Like there's nothing you can do. Like even watching the show before going into there, it's like it's like a stadium. Like once you get your mic'd up and you're walking in there for the first time, it's like you're walking into the biggest game of your life, and you gotta put on for it. So
100%. Wait, what have
yeah.
your friends thought about this then? How have your friends and family responded to you being like introverted and like putting yourself out there to do this?
Oh yeah, like I always put on like an extroverted sense, but I just love being like introverted. Like, I don't like, being around too many people all the time.
Same.
So they kind of know that about me. So when they dissed me on there, they were like, I could tell you were a little more reserved for sure, just far as like just being in your shell. Cause I was super exuberant, like outside with the guys, and when I walked in there, I kind of froze up inside a shell, and I was like, "Oh shoot, like what's going on?" Like I see the girls I see on TV, and now I'm really on here. So they love it. Like they love, like they was watching it every single, like as soon as the 8 o'clock hit, they had the TV on there watching. All my friends like, "Bro, you did good. Like you've been your authentic self. You didn't try to be nobody else. You wasn't." And that's my biggest thing is I want to be just myself. I'm not trying to put on the front for nobody. And that's what I showed on TV. So
yeah,
I'm
Brody,
so
I told you,
happy.
you are like the Prince of Bel-Air, my friend. You need to be in a comedy sitcom. Yeah, you need to be in a comedy sitcom, my friend.
Yeah, no,
I already
yeah,
told you.
we were so goofy and just by ourselves in a room. Sometimes we just be doing it. I wish they didn't show any of that. Like
Nothing,
we
my
was
friend.
wow. I was the most goofiest. When we were all by
We were
ourselves, like
crying.
I really not really open up. We were
I
Yeah.
crying.
really
We
wish
were
that we got to
crying.
see that. And I wish there was unseen bits just for the purpose of seeing
Yeah.
more of like Casa this year so we could have seen you guys
Yeah.
like interact more.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. That would
Yeah,
be
for
nice.
sure.
So let me end with this. Who do you predict will win? Who do you predict will win? If you have a prediction, which couple? And I can start if
I
you
would.
guys want.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I volunteer just because I've asked you questions the entire time. Um,
Yeah.
I think that Serena and Cordell will win, or Janae and Kenny. That's who I think will win.
Mm.
That's a good prediction, but actually, I'm a really good friend. I would say, Caine, my friend Caine, is going to win. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
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 I love your
Yeah.
confidence. If Caine wins, though, I ride at Dawn because Caine just got here. Like, I ride at Dawn if Caine wins because Caine, you kicked out Liv. Like, I will be so upset, but I'll be happy for you, I guess, Iggy. I guess I'll be happy for you.
Yeah, of course. If King wins, I have a free travel. We will travel around any place. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
He's
Okay, what
invited.
about
I
you,
would say,
Jacoby?
yeah, I'm gonna be like number one. I hope my boy can't win. You know what I mean? But just to be
Yeah.
like, just to be like, just based off the show and everything, with people, doing America loving a lot of people. I would say either Cordell or Serena or Miguel and Leah, just because Leah is a fan favorite. Everybody
Yeah.
loves Leah.
Has that
So
surprised you guys to see the
Oh, Leah.
stands?
You had to name Leah.
Are they talking about me? We don't know. Like they're not talking about me.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would say it wasn't surprising because Leah is actually a really great person in person as well. Like what she see on TV, like she's really a down to earth person, super cool, always hoping to have a conversation. I just know Miguel is like more newer and he's like the player in the villa, so I don't know how people feel about him. But I definitely feel though that Leah is a fan favorite and people would definitely vote for her to win. So it would be either Leah or Miguel, or it would be Cordell and Serena for sure. So that's my two predictions. We'll see. I mean, and Janae and Kenny is definitely a big, strong couple as well, so that they have potential. But
Love it. I love hearing this. Thank you both for like enlightening me, letting me pick your brain, ask all of these questions. I think everyone's going to love hearing all of the tea.
Thank you so
Quickly,
much.
please plug your socials. Tell everyone where they can follow you.
Sorry, again?
Will you tell everyone what your Instagram is so that everyone can
Yes,
follow you?
of course. Of course. My Instagram is Ignacio Ferrari, like the cars is my last name. How do you say guión bajo? The back in English. It's Ignacio Ferrari guión bajo. Like
underscore.
Maybe that one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Ignacio, because I should know this. I actually feel like my Spanish is pretty good, but that like took me out. I had no idea. Umbarco, I thought might have been your middle name. And I was like, okay, good. Like, I'm glad that I know this. Okay, got it.
I don't know how to say it in English.
You did great. You did great. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And my Instagram is Kobe Grams. It's COBIGRAMS. So pretty. Yeah.
Oh my God, love it. Do your friends call you Kobe instead of Jacobi?
They call me Kobe, yeah. So I just go off of Kobe. That's my nickname.
Love it.
You're clever, my friend. You're clever.
You are. Well, thank you both so much for your time. I wish you both well. I've enjoyed getting to know you off screen. I enjoyed rooting for you on screen. I'm going to follow you both and like support you from afar. And it was really lovely chatting with you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're so lovely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.